You finish what you thought was a completely healthy meal, but exactly 2 hours later, you are completely exhausted, battling deep brain fog and helplessly searching the pantry for a sweet treat. That is not a lack of willpower. That is insulin resistance, silently storing fat around your organs and hijacking your daily energy levels. Most people are simply told by their doctors to eat less and move more, but clinical research over the last decade shows that advice is fundamentally flawed. If you feel inflamed, puffy, and constantly tired, you need to hear this data. In this video, we are going to dive into 5 daily shifts that can reverse insulin resistance faster than restrictive diets or endless hours on a treadmill. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how to reprogram your hormones so your body naturally burns fat for fuel instead of trapping it. These shifts require no expensive medications, and the results can begin in a matter of days. Method first, do this right after your biggest meal. Imagine finishing a heavy dinner. You feel understandably full, so you crash onto the couch to relax and watch your favorite television show. Inside your body, however, a massive wave of glucose is rapidly flooding your bloodstream from the food you just ate. To handle this influx, your pancreas pumps out a tidal wave of insulin. Think of insulin like a strict bouncer at a crowded nightclub. The glucose molecules are the guests trying to get in, and your muscle cells are the nightclub. When you have insulin resistance, the club is full, the doors are locked, and the bouncer will not let anyone else inside. So the glucose just wanders aimlessly around your bloodstream, creating inflammation and eventually getting stored directly as stubborn belly fat. But what if you didn't sit on the couch? What if you created a completely different physiological environment right after eating? Researchers at the University of Otago in New Zealand looked at exactly this phenomenon. They took individuals with blood sugar issues and had them walk for just 10 minutes immediately after their main meals. The results were staggering. That brief, mild movement lowered post-meal blood sugar levels by 22% more than walking at any other time of the day. When you walk, your leg muscles suddenly demand immediate energy. To get it, they bypass the bouncer completely. Muscle contractions can pull glucose straight out of your bloodstream without needing a single drop of insulin. It is the equivalent of opening a VIP back door to the nightclub. You don't need to break a sweat, and you don't need to walk for an hour. The moment you finish your last bite of food, especially after your largest meal like dinner, simply put your shoes on and walk around the block for 10 to 15 minutes. That one small shift acts as an incredible metabolic release valve, rapidly dropping your insulin levels and keeping your energy remarkably steady for the rest of the evening. Second shift, the healthy snacking trap. Now let's talk about what happens in the hours between those meals. You might be following the age-old advice to eat 5 or 6 small meals a day to keep your metabolism revved up. You might grab a handful of almonds, sip on a sweetened kombucha, or eat a keto-friendly protein bar at your desk. But here is the major problem with that strategy. Every single time food enters your mouth, your body produces an insulin response to deal with it. Imagine your metabolism is exactly like a smartphone battery. When insulin is high in your bloodstream, your phone is plugged into the wall, actively charging. It is in storage mode. Your body simply cannot burn stored body fat while insulin is present. The chemical signals literally block the fat-burning process. By snacking all day long, you are keeping your body permanently plugged into the charger from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep. You are constantly storing, never burning. A fascinating clinical study published in the journal Cell Metabolism monitored people who ate for 15 hours a day, grazing constantly from morning to night. When researchers restricted their eating to just a 10-hour window without changing what they actually ate, the participants naturally lost weight, their deep sleep improved, and their blood sugar normalized. They achieved this just by stopping the constant, low-level grazing. If you want to heal insulin resistance, your pancreas desperately needs a vacation. By eating 2 or 3 substantial, nutrient-dense meals a day and cutting out absolutely every single snack in between, you allow your insulin levels to return to a baseline flatline. Your body finally unplugs from the charger and is forced to tap into its stored body fat for energy. It takes a few days for your hunger hormones to adapt, but the sudden mental clarity and the rapid reduction in digestive bloating are usually the first incredible things people notice. Third method, eat the same food, Just change the order. Let's look closer at the meals themselves. It turns out, you do not always have to completely change what is on your plate. Sometimes, you just need to dramatically change the order you consume it in. Imagine you're about to pour a bucket of muddy water down a pristine white sink. If you just dump it straight in, it aggressively stains the porcelain. But if you lay down a thick, absorbent sponge over the drain first, the water trickles through slowly, and the sink stays perfectly clean. When it comes to your digestion, dietary fiber is that protective sponge. A groundbreaking clinical trial conducted at Weill Cornell Medical College took a group of patients and gave them the exact same meal on different days. It was a standard meal consisting of chicken, vegetables, and bread. On the first day, they ate the carbohydrate, the bread, first. On the second day, they were instructed to eat the vegetables and the protein first, explicitly saving the bread for last. The clinical results completely shocked the medical community. Just by changing the sequence of the food, fiber first, protein and fat second, and carbohydrates last, the patients experienced a massive 73% lower insulin spike. Let that sink in, 73% lower, just by rearranging the bites. By eating the fibrous vegetables first, you physically coat your stomach lining and small intestine, dramatically slowing down the breakdown of the carbohydrates that follow. The glucose drips into your system like a slow, steady 1V drip, instead of crashing down like a chaotic waterfall. So, tomorrow at dinner, eat your broccoli or side salad first. Then move on to your steak or chicken, and consciously save the potatoes or rice for the very end. You still get to enjoy the same meal, but your hormones will react in a completely different, infinitely healthier way. Fourth method, the 3-hour rule before bed. Once dinner is finally done, a biological clock starts ticking on another massive hormonal shift. A lot of people find themselves rummaging through the kitchen around 9 o'clock at night for a late night snack to wind down. But eating after the sun goes down fundamentally conflicts with your evolutionary biology. Think of your body's organs as a large corporate office building. During the day, the digestive team is fully staffed, awake, and ready to safely process whatever energy you send down. But after sunset, when your brain starts releasing melatonin to prepare your body for sleep, the digestive team clocks out, turns off the lights, and goes home. Clinical data shows that melatonin actually signals your pancreas to drastically reduce its insulin production. If you eat a bowl of cereal or even a healthy piece of fruit late at night, your blood sugar skyrockets because there is very little insulin available to actively manage it. Furthermore, having high blood sugar and high insulin at night completely suppresses human growth hormone, or HGH. HGH is your body's premier anti-aging, tissue-repairing, and fat-burning hormone. It does its absolute best work while you are in deep REM sleep. But if your body is busy digesting food and battling a late-night insulin spike, your HGH production completely shuts down. Clinical research shows that late eaters have significantly higher markers of insulin resistance and a much harder time losing weight than early eaters, even if their total daily calories are absolutely identical. The physiological fix is remarkably straightforward. Strictly close your kitchen at least 3 hours before your head hits the pillow. If you go to sleep at 11 o'clock at night, no food crosses your lips after 8 o'clock. This gives your blood sugar adequate time to settle, allowing you to slip into deep, restorative sleep, where your body can finally repair damaged cells and burn fat effortlessly. Method 5. Empty your sugar stores in 20 seconds. Once you have mastered the timing and sequence of your daily food, there is one final, incredibly powerful metabolic lever you can pull. Most people falsely assume that reversing metabolic issues requires hours of boring jogging on a treadmill, but endless, moderate cardio can sometimes chronically elevate your stress hormone, cortisol, which can ironically trigger your liver to dump more sugar into your blood. Instead, the most clinically efficient way to drain your body's sugar reserves is through short, highly intense bursts of physical effort. Think of your muscles as a travel suitcase. When the suitcase is completely packed to the brim with clothes, or in this case, stored sugar called glycogen, you simply cannot fit anything else inside. When you eat a meal, the incoming glucose has nowhere to go, so it bounces back into the bloodstream, creating chronically high insulin. To empty that suitcase rapidly, you do not need a 2-hour workout. Researchers at McMaster University found that just brief bursts of all-out effort, sprinting, dramatically improve overall insulin sensitivity. During a sprint, your muscles aggressively consume their stored glycogen. Within just 20 seconds of maximum effort, you have effectively dumped the entire suitcase out on the bed. Now, the next time you eat, your muscles eagerly soak up the incoming glucose to replenish their empty stores, keeping your blood sugar perfectly stable and your insulin remarkably low. You do not even have to run outside to achieve this. You can do this on a stationary bike, a rowing machine, or even treading water in a swimming pool. The protocol is astonishingly simple. Go as hard and as fast as you physically can for just 20 seconds. You should be breathing very heavy and feel completely winded. Then, rest and recover for about 90 seconds. Repeat that cycle just 3 or 4 times. The entire routine takes less than 10 minutes, but it completely alters your muscle chemistry and boosts your mitochondrial health for the next 48 hours, clearing up the confusion. Now, to make these 5 shifts completely effortless, you just need a few final rules to tie it all together. First, if you are permanently cutting out snacks, you must anchor your 2 or 3 daily meals with high-quality protein and healthy fats, like eggs, avocados, olive oil, or wild-caught fish. Here's why. While processed carbs violently spike your insulin, protein causes a very slow release, and dietary fats barely trigger an insulin response at all. Build your plate this way, and your between-meal hunger simply vanishes. Second, rigorously protect your sleep window. Coffee has a chemical half-life of roughly 6 hours. Drinking it late keeps your nervous system agitated, actively blocking the deep sleep